If you're watching this, your life is going to look so different in the next few weeks, in the next few months. Things are taking off. I heard a change is going to come. And look within. And also, I heard that you're tuning into the frequency of the universe. So for a lot of you, I'm getting like you really do feel it resonating with you energetically that you are coming into your highest version of yourself. And you know, when we say higher self, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are going to just arrive immediately at the highest possible version of yourself, but it does mean that every single day, a new version of yourself is emerging, and it's more powerful, it's more reverent, it's more in tune, it's more aware than the last version of yourself. And that in itself is beautiful, right? To know that you are a work in progress, but the work is actually redefining who you are. I'm feeling something really big for this collective coming in. I can't even explain, but it's definitely there and it's persistent, and I feel it in my sacral chakra. So I'm getting, for a lot of you, your creativity has been sparked back online. Your gratitude, your zest for life, your zeal, that's also coming back online. I'm getting like, for a lot of you, there's just more of a color to your experience right now. Things are emerging, things are blooming. I literally heard at no cost to you. So I think a lot of you are moving out of this self-sacrificial energy of like, I have to almost deny part of myself to step into this version, and that's not the case. Like, you are actually simultaneously holding all of the previous versions of yourself, and you're learning how to merge, you're learning how to flow, you're learning how to be open. You're also expressing, like I said, like this gratitude for your new experience, but also gratitude for, pieces, semblances of your past. I'm hearing for a lot of you, there might have been a lot of emotional revelations you've come to recently. There's been a lot of aha moments. Things have clicked into place for you of like, oh, like that was part of my process. That was part of my path. I had to go through that. I had to endure that. And yeah, I'm hearing things are falling into place right now. I don't know why I just saw in my mind a frog on a lily pad. That could be significant to somebody. But it is kind of like a serene scene, right? And you think about like lily pads, how they just float. There's also a gnat in here. That could be relevant or significant. You might have a lot of eyes on you at this time. Or your spirit guides might just be trying to get your attention. They might, like I think that is part of it. The message is that you are supported right now. You're very divinely supported right now. And back to the frog on the lily pad. A frog also, in its natural essence, it doesn't just like overthink about like jumping from point A to point B. It does it. And that's kind of the beauty, I think, of where you guys are, is there is so much trust that's being established right now, and maybe what feels like making big jumps or making big moves, especially if this pertains to like your career, or maybe you are going to be traveling somewhere soon. I also heard that there might be people from your past coming back into your life, and you're going to have conversations that offer you a sense of healing, and it's almost like the key that unlocks the portal, this next portal to your divine self. Clarity, high regard. I'm getting a lot coming through today. You guys are about to experience a lot of transcendental experiences in your life. You're not going to go back to looking at things the way that you used to. And that's actually a beautiful thing. Your perception, your consciousness right now is undergoing a transformation. You are expanding. forces unseen. I heard that too. But I am also seeing like this person just like floating like in the water on their back. And it's like, yes, like just let me surrender to whatever is, coming up. And honestly, when you are in a place of surrender in that regard, that is when the most is brought into your life. That is when the newest version of yourself emerges, and it's the version of yourself that can hold more, that can be more, but also not just be, but allow more. And, with every experience, you create more of a capacity to feel, to perceive, to think, to acknowledge. And I'm getting that that's what a lot of you are going through right now. There is this... how we talked about the cocoon space. I'm getting the butterfly like is emerging right now. And you might be like, you might still be in the cocoon, but like you're awakened, right? So like you have become a butterfly. But maybe there, for some of you, I'm getting like you're still kind of in the cocoon. But things are unraveling now. So the cocoon is loosening. Like you're not feeling stagnated and stifled. You are emerging. And there might still be, for some of you, like there's a sense of your self-concept that needs to, what I heard was, like finish blending. So you have to finish blending that together. But there's not necessarily anything that you need to do is the key, right? Like there's not anything that needs to happen. You've already set up such a foundation that things are going to happen for you. Like you don't have to orchestrate it. It will happen for you. All that you need to do is continue to be in flow, be in alignment with who you are. Accept that each day you have become a higher version of yourself. And with that acknowledgement, the door unlocks. And you move into this beautiful dance where you're not anymore in a place where I almost am like, I'm hearing like, like you're not even overly identified with yourself anymore. So for some of you, it could be detachment from the ego, or maybe you're recognizing more of your ego's true purpose, and it's not to hinder you, but it's just your human form, but not allowing the ego to overpower, this etheric essence that is the truest version of who you are, right? Doing a dance. I keep something about the imagery of dance comes up, and my nose was itching on the right side as I said that. And I'm getting for a lot of you, because we did just move into Aries season, like your masculine energy is going to take more of a presence. And so you are going to be in a place where you just, maybe even if you don't feel motivated, you're going to act on your motivation. So you're going to act from a place of resolve. You're going to act from a place of, I know that this is in alignment with what is best for me. And because I believe that I deserve the best, I'm going to act in accordance with it, right? Confirmation burp, excuse me. I did want to pull a little bit of tarot today, but I was definitely getting into the zone. So I want to see what messages come up for you guys. Let's just kind of see, continue to see what's going on for the collective. So what is taking place right now in the collective's energy? What is taking place at this moment in time? There's something about, like reconvening. Ooh, okay. We pulled the 10 of Cups. Wow. And the Queen of, this would be Wands. Yeah. It's literally in alignment to what I was saying right now. So you guys are sitting in this really abundant, almost like, like the wish fulfilled energy, right? Where you have come to a realization that everything that you want, you're playing an active role in creating it right now. And you're starting to, how with like manifestation and universal law, you always feel things first before you experience it in your 3D reality. And that's what I'm getting for a lot of you right now. You are feeling into this place of your new timeline, your abundance, your highest self, you're feeling that version of you. And some of you might be seeing it in the tangible, in the 3D right now, but with this Queen of Wands here, you know, I'm also getting, and a deer might be significant for some of you, but yeah, there is a lot of divine protection here. You're moving into a place of feeling impassioned. You're more creative. I think for a lot of you too, you might have done something recently where you maybe did energy healing. You cleared some blockages that were keeping you, I heard, settling for less. Yeah. So maybe for some of you, your perspective has shifted, has transitioned lately. You're like, I'm open for more. Let's see what else wants to come up here. Oh wait, I saw one card was flipped over. It was the Seven of Crystals, yeah, which would be Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, so you guys are moving into a place too where it's like, I am determined, I am confident. Even if I don't have the full picture, the way forward completely, I have enough trust established in my being and my essence to carry me forward. And that's what's going to produce the results, right? Let's see what else wants to come out. We got the Ace of Wands. And we got the Page of Pentacles. Yeah. You're birthing a new reality. And I'm getting, like, for a lot of you, there's like glow up energy that's coming online. So we have a fox and we have a ram. Yeah. So ideas, discipline, creative force, and confidence. Yeah, like that's what I'm hearing is like you're a force to be reckoned with. Like your essence right now is so bright and vivid and magnetic. I'm hearing this is where action and passion meet. Yeah, so I'm telling you guys, like if there's something that you might just get like random ideas, you might get downloads, you might have had something that you've tucked away. I don't know why I'm itching so much in this left side over here, but it might be your feminine essence communing with me. But yeah, you guys are in a place where you're not going to tuck that away anymore. You're going to embrace it. I split the deck to strength, yeah. Something about courage. Elephants could be significant for somebody. We had the Empress under that. So literally, as I was saying, wow, we have the Traveler as well. Adventure and potential. Look how pretty these cards are. Isn't that beautiful? So yeah, like you guys are in a place where I heard you're understanding the strength of becoming, maybe like the strength that it takes to actually become, and you're getting a better understanding of what becoming actually means. And I'm here for some of you, you're like, I didn't realize it would be this subtle, but the thing is that it might be subtle, but think about like, I don't know why I just saw like rocks in my head, like pebbles, but imagine like over time, right? Like rocks, sediment, things like that. If it accumulates over time, it could literally form like a mountain formation. So just think about it in that way. It might be subtle, but it's also, each subtlety is significant and important to this part of your journey, right? So even if things feel even subtly different, or there were subtle shifts, or you know, it's like 1% better, right? Like I always say that because I do think that's so relevant and resonant. It's like, do 1% better than you did yesterday, right? Like, okay, maybe you wanted to meditate for 10 minutes and you did 7 minutes, right? Well, 7 minutes of meditation is better than no meditation, right? Or you wanted to cook a healthy meal, but you ended up, you know, grabbing something out to eat, and the meal was still healthy and balanced. You know, it's like that perspective, right? Of, okay, am I doing things that are actually an honor to myself? And so if the answer is yes, then know that you're in alignment, right? I'm going to keep going. Let's see what else wants to come out. Quite a bit. So I pulled also the Knight of Crystals, which would be the Knight of Pentacles. We got the Sun. we got transformation, and we got the shaman. Let me see if I can, I'll do like 2 at a time. Transformation and the shaman. And then we got the sun and the knight of crystals. Wow. Some of these animals might really be resonating with you guys. I'm seeing a lot of birds as well. We pulled, this looks like an eagle for the shaman. So divine wisdom, spiritual power. I'm getting for some of you that, yeah, the transformation, transition, liberation, endurance, determination, vitality, and joy. Being okay with the changes is your joy. Like almost like radical acceptance is what I'm hearing. That's been the key for a lot of you lately. That's been, yeah, that's like what you're choosing to focus on is what I'm hearing, is like radical acceptance of what is. And that, honestly, that is you also maintaining ownership of the things that you want to see. It's like, I'm not going to dwell on things that I can't control or change. Like, I'm just going to focus on where I'm at right now and the happiness, the transformation I've cultivated. And that is my strength, right? So with the sun, you guys are, I'm so serious. Like, you are calling in massive amounts of joy and prosperity into your life. And I want you to know that you're so supported by your spiritual team right now. Even if it feels like other people aren't in your corner, or maybe you're going to have to embark on a new venture and you feel like the reception may not be what you would want it to be from other people. Some of you might feel very supported in that. Some of you might not. Like, I'm hearing for a lot of you, it is this energy of like, I'm going to do it myself, and I'm going to be okay with myself carrying, you know, myself through this process, right? Transition and liberation. Yeah, I think, again, a lot of you, there might have been a lot of wounds lately. I pulled the magician, split the deck to the magician, and ravens might be significant for some of you. Willpower and creation. Wow. I see the Ace of Swords here. So yeah, like what I was literally going to say is there might have been recent traumas or wounds that you guys have more like deeply processed recently, not to a point where you're even just intellectually processing it, but you are feeling through it. Another confirmation. Yeah. And I see the Queen of Crystals, which would be the Queen of Pentacles here. I'm so proud of this collective. Like, it, you know, makes me a little emotional, but I just saw a dragonfly. Wow. It's not just about rebuilding yourself or redefining yourself. You guys have literally broken intergenerational curses. What no one else was willing to do, you would. And you said, I don't care how it gets done, I'm going to do it. And I think some of you are coming to terms with that being another part of what makes you so set apart from everybody else. Because you've also chosen to stop and listen to yourself, and you're able to distinguish what is your voice, your highest self, and what is, you know, the voice of other people that may have been the ones that inflicted these wounds and the trauma, right? No more of that. Yeah. And when I saw the Queen of Swords, you know, it makes me think, I think it was the Queen of Swords. It might have been the Queen of Wands. Well, regardless, that's kind of in love in the reverse. So that's confirmation as well. Like, for a lot of you, you know, you have recently had to set boundaries with people that they offered their version of love. Like, it was from their perception of what love meant, but for you, it doesn't align because it's kind of like a conditional type of love. Or I'm getting more parents when I'm saying this. That's kind of what's jumping out to me. is you always had to play by, you know, your parents' rules or their perceptions of what love was, and that was diluting you. It was holding you back and holding you down. And now that you have really had the chance to separate yourself and learn yourself and love yourself, you realize what love actually has the capacity to be. And you're going to live in that truth. And there might be some people that they don't understand, you know, how you got to be here, the version of you that you are. And, you know, they also won't be able to hold this version of you. And so I think for some of you, you're also kind of dealing with that as well, of like, how do I like navigate, you know, the dynamic? Do I try to navigate it? Or right now, does focusing on me and myself, that's kind of what, that really is the only thing that needs to be considered. I'm sorry, I'm like so itchy right here. I don't know why. I feel like there's something on my nose or something. But and like where I'm sitting, it's like so bright. The sky is so bright. It's clear skies. So that feels significant for somebody. Maybe you've been like sitting out in the rain for a while and you've gotten your first glimpse recently of what clear skies are, what that looks like. Not just like literally, right, but like metaphorically, what that means for you, the significance of that. I'm getting to something significant might be happening this weekend. You'll have some kind of outing or an experience wherever you might be traveling out of state, for some of you. Or, you know, you're just spending this weekend to recalibrate and really further integrate the new insights that you've had lately about who you are and like where you are and who you're becoming. No, I don't know why I heard no more hiding in the dark. But you know, I think that maybe that's significant to what I was discussing of like feeling obscured, right? Enveloped in obscurity by people that didn't know how to love you properly. Or they could only love you in the version of love that they were able to comprehend. But you've broken away from that. I literally just saw like you guys like emerge with this like burst, like a starburst almost of light, and you're illuminating everything. And it's not easy being the cycle breaker in the family because you're literally illuminating all of the things in the dark that need to come to the light. And people feel very threatened by that, especially if they're still existing in that, right? But I just want you guys to know, like, you very soon, I heard very soon, like you are going to emerge in this place of, it's just going to flow. Creativity is going to flow to you. Ideas that will help people are going to flow to you. You're going to emerge from the stillness. You're awakening right now, and you're going to walk in communion with yourself. Maybe for the first time. And I just heard, wait to see what emerges from that. Soul has no joy without love. And I did want to, I actually did pull from this Rumi deck for you guys. And this is what I pulled for today. So I wanted to share this with you, if it'll focus. It says, I've gone beyond the self. I've soared beyond the limits of time. I've traveled to eternity. I've taken a strange form. That feels relevant. That feels significant. Yeah. I am the soul of the beloved. Yeah, I'm just feeling like you guys are really like coming into communion, like I said, with like this higher being, like of yourself. You're less identified with your physical form. You're like really feeling into embracing the experience of what it feels like to be a 5-dimensional being, right? A limitless dimensional being, right? Because we are everything, everywhere, all at once. So yeah, that is what I'm getting for you guys today. Yeah, I'm sending you guys a lot of support and a lot of love and honestly excitement and joy and celebration with you guys, because truly, like, things are going to start to unravel in the best ways. Like, they're going to unfold. It's maybe not unravel, but they're going to unfold. They might unravel, and they, might come together even better than you imagined it. Maybe there are still some things that need to be cleared up, and that's okay. Like, it's a ever going process sometimes. And that's, the cycle of clearing so that we can begin anew. So, yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys. I can't wait to hear how this is relevant for you. Continue being you. Don't give way to other constructs of what is real, because there's only one you. And you are a force to be reckoned with, okay? I love you so much. Genuinely, you guys are the best. My heart is happy to deliver this message. And yeah, if this resonated for you, you want a reading, a personal reading, you can click the link in my description below. It'll take you to the website, and we can get something set up for you, okay? So just continue to take care of yourself, prosper, and you're going in the right direction. You're absolutely on track, and it's beautiful to see. So I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.